Hi, welcome to episode 5 in my series of videos titled Favorite Song I Taught This Week. Favorite song I taught this week was really one of my all-time favorite songs. It comes from the classic Steely Dan album Asia, and it's the opening track titled Black Cow. Loved this song for years. Had the pleasure of playing in a Steely Dan tribute show with a group I perform with called the Maverick Lounge series a few times, and it's always a pleasure playing this song. And it's always challenging because it's Steely Dan, and there's going to be a lot of chords. So there's a lot to talk about considering all that. So let me get right into it. So here's how we're going to break it down. There are basically, 4 parts to this song. There's a very easy, simple intro. There's a verse, there's a chorus, there's a solo section, and there is an outro, which is kind of just a variation on its chord progression we'll talk about along the way. So anyway, I guess 5 parts. But start with the first and the easiest part, which is the intro. Starts with a bass line that's just playing an octave of C, then an A to a C. That's the bass. It's not the guitar, but it's fun to play nonetheless. So you're playing the 10th fret of the D string and the 8th fret of the E string. Then slide to the 12th fret of the A string and come back to the 8th fret of the E string. And there's your bass riff. Over top of that, though, we have 2 things that the guitar does. Number 1, the guitar plays a little ornament, which is the 17th fret of the high E string, an A note, and he hammers onto a C. Like so, and just sustains it. Then he does it again. Now, the next chord, technically, I guess, is a C13 chord. The voicing I hear the guitarist playing is a 7th fret of the G string, 10th fret of the B string, 8th fret of the E, and he slides into it. Like that. There is a lot of conflicting information about this song on the internet. I did a little research back when I was learning the song for the shows that I mentioned. And even before I made this video, I did a little digging. And it seems that everyone hears something different in this song. And I think the reason why is because you have an electric piano and you have a guitar both playing. And they're in the same timbre, they're in the same register for a lot of the song. And so I think pretty much if you put all of the internet videos you might find that are similar to the one I'm making now about how to play Black Cow, you find that pretty much all of it's right. It's just a matter of what your ear is drawn to. A good set of headphones will help you hear the guitar separately. But as was the style of Steely Dan, there were incredible musicians with a wide chord vocabulary and incredible arranging skills. So what would happen is a lot of the times the guitarist on the track would play just 3 strings of the voicing. The piano's playing maybe 4 other notes, and collectively it makes a big fat C13 chord, which is technically a 7-note chord. It's every note in the C dominant scale, but you just have, so you're going to see videos that conflict with mine, and it's all good. I've seen a few bad ones, but I won't hate on those guys. But anyway, I digress. So a lot of videos will tell you to play a C13 there, which is great. I actually prefer that sound over what this is if I were playing it by myself, because it's just so rich and full. I think collectively, that's what's happening, is because you're hearing the keyboard and the guitar. Pretty sure the guitar just plays a D note, though, which is not included in this voicing. So enough about that. That's the intro. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play each part, then I'm going to just run down the chords. So here is the verse. The verse is it's an 8-measure progression 2 times, and then it adds 2 measures at the end of the second time around. So I will play the 8 measures and then break those down and then show you how to play the last 2 measures that we add on after that. So here comes the verse. So the verse goes like this. That's it. So, excuse me, that's not an 8-bar progression. That's a 7-bar progression played twice. Either way, that's the chord progression. And so what we play is technically classified as a C9 chord, C13 chord. However, it's just a fat C dominant seventh chord with a lick in it. This is the 7, the 9, and the 5 sliding up to the 1, the 3, and the 6, or the 1, the 3, and the 13 if you want to call it that. And the way it's played, what I hear is just the triad, or the 3 strings, I'm sorry. But then when we play this little, I don't hear all 3 of those strings sliding. I don't hear the middle note being played there. I hear it muted, the G string muted. And what I was pressing, just to be clear, was 8, 7, and 8. And sliding back, and I'm on the D, G, and B strings once again. But then when we play the lick, the G string, to me, disappears. I just hear what's known as a 6th there. Then hitting the high E string at the with our index finger at the 8th fret. And then once again sliding all 3 like that. So that's what's considered the quote unquote riff for Black Cow. So you have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Then this wonderful chord, A7 sharp 5, voiced E string 5, D string 5, mute your A, 6th fret, 6th fret, G and B. Now, a neat way to slide into, not slide, but a neat way to move or transition into this next chord is keep these 2 fingers right here, ring and pinky, intact, and just move back a half step. Then build the 5th fret A, 3rd fret D, and you're on the 5th fret with G and B. This is D minor 9. Then we're going to go up a whole step. This finger is going to lead the charge on from here out for this chord and the next 2 chords. We're going to lead with our middle finger and go up a whole step and build 7, 6, 7, 8, which is a lot of people are familiar with this. This is what a lot of guitar players call the Hendrix chord, the Jimi Hendrix chord. It's E7 sharp 9. Then we're going to go back a half step again. This finger's leading the charge. Kind of helpful if you keep this finger on the same string as well. I'm going to lose these 2. We're going to move back a half step to 6, 5, bar the next string at 5. D and G at 5, and then add the ring finger at B, the 6th fret. That is an E flat 6 add 9 chord, or E flat 6 9. No 7 in it, but anyway. So that's the chord progression, the 7-bar progression. You play it twice. Then after the second time around, as it goes into the chorus, we're going to add D over E, which is basically all 7th fret minus the 2 E strings. So just all of the middle strings, A through B, just 7th fret. And it builds up. And we're into our chorus. Okay, so the chorus, so I'll play it, then I'll break it down. Here it comes. I can't anymore while you That's pretty sweet. And then a sort of a post-chorus walkout, like. And that brings you back to the verse. Okay, cool. So what was all of that? So the first chord of the chorus, A major 7, we're playing the 5th fret of the E, 6th and 6th of D and G, 5th fret of the B string, muting everything else. No A, no high E. Care anymore while you. Now this chord is D over A. So you just play it all 7th fret of the D, G, and B with an open A. Then the next chord is E minor 7 over D. And so that's easiest described as just 7, 8, 9 on the little strings with an open D added. And then we're going to come back to the A major 7 chord that started the chorus. Then we have a series of chords that are all kind of rhythmically placed in a clever way. We're playing A major 7. Shoot, drop my pick. All right, here we go. So A major 7. All right, so I'll break those down. So A major 7. Break. This is G major 7, the same shape as A. Away. It's F sharp minor 7, so voiced like an A chord. 2, 2, 2 of D, G, and B. I just bar it and I wrap my thumb around to get the F sharp minor. I don't like to play these kind of bar chords. sound too much like a rock band playing jazz, trying to play jazz. It's too many fifths. Doesn't have that sound to it. So it's F sharp minor 7. Then to me, this chord, feel free to shoot it in the comments a correction if you hear something different here. I hear E6 here, which is the second fret of the D, first fret of the G, second fret. Looks like an A major 7. Could be argued as A major 7 over E. I don't really hear the A note in the voicing though. But my ear plays tricks on me in my lower register. I think the bassist stays on F sharp though. So anyway, then from there we're going to go up to E6, 6 9, 6 add 9, and that's 7th fret, 6th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret again, and then go back a half step with these two fingers and build 6 5 6 7, which is the Hendrix chord again, but now an E flat 7 sharp 9. Then we have D over E, which is all 7s, but no E strings. Then C sharp minor 7, which is 4th fret of A, 6th fret, bar the 4th fret of G, and 5th fret of B. So, and then the culmination, Big Black Cow, is all the way up here. It's I think the bass is playing an E note, but nonetheless, the guitar, that's wrong. The bass is playing an F sharp. So it's an F sharp minor 7. Same shape we just played for C sharp minor 7. So I'm playing 9, 11, 9, 10. Again, once again, not really playing the E strings. Big. And an E chord. 7, 9, 9, 9. Could be an E7. I don't really hear that D note in there very strong. I saw someone on the internet say it was that. It sounded good when they played along with the record, but when I hear the record, I don't really hear the 7th in there. And then we have D major 7, which is 5, 7, 6, 7. Again, no E strings on any of these chords. And then the walk out of the chorus. And get out of here is all 5s, no E strings. C over D is what that is. And then E flat over F, same shape, which is all 8s, no E strings. So once again, I'll kind of do that sort of in slow motion. I can't cry anymore. D over A, that was A major 7. D over A. E minor over D. A major 7. Break, G major 7. F sharp minor 7. Break away. E6. And E6 add 9. Seems so clear. E flat 7 sharp 9. That it's D over E. Over C sharp minor 7 now. Drink your. Then F sharp minor 7, 3 chords. F sharp, E, F sharp minor, E, D major 7, Big Black Cow, and get out of here. C over D, all 5s, and E flat over F. Then this is great. Cool little walk up into the C9, which is basically the same shape we did the riff with C. The bass is carrying the root note down here, so I like to play the bass a lot of times on the guitar. If I'm playing the song by myself, if I'm playing with a band, I'm going to get out of the way of the bass player, but I love to add them. So you're basically just walking up in half steps from B flat to B to C. Great, so that's the chorus. That's a mouthful. I could stop right here, that's plenty, because we're 14 minutes into this thing, but nonetheless, for you diehards, let's finish it out. So we have the solo next, and the solo section is an electric piano solo. And so what we have is G9, that same shape, with little embellishments of sliding up a whole step, then up a whole step to A9. Then this voicing here, it's hard to kind of gauge exactly what the full chord is, but the guitar is playing 3, 3 of D and G, and 4. The bass, I believe, is playing a B flat. So it sounds like a big fat B flat sus, but there's other textures in there, I'm sure, on the keyboard that fatten it up a little bit. So anyway, this voicing, and go into a D6 add 9. So 5, 4, 4, 5. No E strings again. Back to that again. So that's the first 8 bars of the solo. Then the second 8 bars of the solo play D9. Which is 5, 4, 5, 5 from the A through the B string. Same shape. E9. Up a whole step. So 7, 6, 7, 7. Then the chord stabs here are F minor 11. Then what sounds to me like A major 9. I think the guitarist is just voicing 6 of the G, 9 of the B, 7 of the high E. Back to F minor 9. Now how I'm fingering F minor 9 is 8th fret of A, muting the D, 8, 8 of G, and 6 of high E. A major 9. And that gets us out of the solo back to the chorus with the buildup of the same chord that we always go into the chorus with, which is D over E. And then the chorus. While you run around. So on. Break away. Seems so clear that it's over now. Then we get into our outro. And for the outro, what I believe is happening is the guitarist is playing an A major 7. G major 7 the same way with an open A in the bass. Then D, E minor over D, A major 7, and I hear a G6 here, or G add 13 if you want to call it that. And so that's just that same shape that's kind of prevailed throughout the song. 5, 4, 5. I like to put the bass in there myself, to put the G down in the bass. So there's your outro. A major 7, G major 7 over A, E minor over D, A major 7. And there you have it. Black Cow. That was a lot of talking. Have a great week. Thanks for watching.